Alright, so in today's video I'm going to show you the evolution of this platform. It went from being a platform to being like a hammock to being back to a platform. Now I figured I should just do this. So anyway, this is what I have currently. I just started with the frame. I never really knew what I was going to do beyond making the frame. So anyway, I wanted to put like a board here and then a board here and have like hinges or something and have that open like that. And then I was thinking about weight, and I got all crazy about weight. So then I got these ratchet straps and I kind of crisscrossed them, and that actually worked really well, but it was that's kind of crazy. But anyway, I went back to thinking maybe I should just use some lighter plywood. And then I saw these pallets at my work, and I remember this dude at my work was telling me that that's what he used. So I went and I got some pallets. See, I got some dismantled parts, and here's all the pieces I'm going to use. So like, this is my idea and what I'm about to do. So I just put them across like this, right, and make it look like a ladder all the way across, and it'll totally support a whole bunch of weight. This is pretty nice wood. These are really good heat treated pallets that I got here. So free wood, awesome. Anyway, the channel of the super strut underneath here, it's like a C shape kind of. So I'm gonna cut some of this off and then attach it down here so it's got like little rails or feet, so it'll be able to slide, and they can all slide, so I'll be able to get in anywhere the whole length of the thing. And then I'll just throw a tarp, or maybe nothing, or maybe I could just throw the mattress over it at that point and it would be done, you know. So that's what I'm going to do. I think it's going to turn out really well. All I got to do is flip these things over, which is a couple of bolts, and then saw the excess off of here and make a little rails for each one. Probably be a little time consuming. I don't know how I'm going to attach the feet or rails or whatever you want to call the thing that's going to sit in the channel of the super strut, but you know, this little build's come a long way, and I think I'm finding the best way to do stuff. Alright guys, so I didn't cut up, I just busted up, I got two of those pallets, pretty nice looking wood here, and I just got it laid across the super strut, trying to figure out how I'm going to make this work. But that's the idea. And I could flip the super strut over so the channel is facing up, and then maybe attach something to each board so they could slide in the channel, you know, and like cut it down to size. But yeah, right now, like, this is the idea I had. I wanted to be able to slide these so I could reach down in there if I'm inside and get to whatever I have down there. Still not 100% on if spares going back in there. If I'm going to put it on the back, I'll probably still put it on the back. Look at all the space I'll have down here. Alright, so check it out. This is what I was talking about. I just flipped the super strut over. So you can see it's got like this nice channel or track or whatever you want to call it. So I take the wood and see it'll slide no problem. So what I want to do is I'll cut these to size, and then I'll take like a piece of it and put it here so that it'll be in this track, and then all of them will be able to slide. And this is like the lightest way to do it, aside from doing that silly idea I had with the ratchet straps. Okay guys, so more fun stuff. This, all I did, I just took a piece of super strut and I bolted it to this thing that the seat belt used to be bolted to. I think that's what was there. I don't remember. I'm taking a lot of pieces off of this. But anyway, that is really damn solid. So anyway, I'm just gonna, I might even use this board here. How did I have it? I don't know, but you know, if I just bolt it to that thing, that's pretty good. And I'll put a cup holder somehow. And then on this side, I'm gonna bolt this piece using one of these. Bolt it to it, and this to this. So then I can put this MDF up there, like that. Okay, and then maybe I'll build a cabinet down from there. I could put this the other way and like maybe use the track or something, hang stuff from it. Or I could just do it like this. I'll probably do it like this, more structurally sound at the joint there then, I think. And then I can still hang stuff from the holes. So, functional. And then I'll put like a little, I want to put like a, I'm going to put something kind of border around it. Maybe even like a little wall. And then I might do the same for over here, you know, because otherwise I'd only be able to really use it for when I'm stationary. I wouldn't, but if I put something like that, like a little fence, words fail me now, but if I had like a little, you know, enclosure around there, then I could, you know, tie stuff down to it. So that's what I'm about to do. And I got to go buy some wood screws, and I already have some wood that I'm going to attach for little feet here, so these will slide. And I still have 3 more pieces of my pallet, so I might just go ahead and use those up, because why not? I don't know what I'm going to do with those pieces yet. There's 2x4s, so they're thicker. I don't know. So yeah, do yourself a favor if you're ever need to cut anything. These are awesome. Way better than like some C-clamps or something. Made everything super easy. I just used this chop saw, and I used a razor to cut the MDF, and I used this to do the cornering. It worked okay. So then now I'm gonna cut a length of this. Okay, and I need to set my laptop up here, figure out how long I want it, and then maybe I'll use those for legs. You know, I'll just cut it to about, say, there, and have a leg and a leg, and maybe put hinges on it, nothing too major. And then I should be able to store it up there where I used to store my panels, because if I'm moving, I'm not going to be having this here, and that's the perfect spot. So I think I figured that out. I just need to, you know, cut this and make it. And then I can use, I don't know what I'm going to use this for. There's a bunch of different things I could do. I could use it and make it like the floor in here. And then have another, like cut it in half and have one piece be the floor, and another piece be like the a wall for something to mount the solar charge controller and fuse box tube. I don't know what I'm doing with that yet, but yeah, I'm working on a bunch of different things at one time, and they're all coming together. Everything's starting to, all my ideas are coming to fruition. Okay, so as you can see, we just bolted that to that, and this is just sitting on top of it. So once I bolt this board to that, it'll be super strong. It's pretty good. And then this is really flimsy right now, but I made a T. Just, you know, that's pretty good right there. That seems a lot more better. I mean, it's wobbly. I'll have to figure out something over there. But, you know, overall, pretty good. Or maybe I'd leave that like that and then put this on top of it. I kind of think that's what I'll do. Because that way it'll be even stronger. And I'm probably going to cut some of this off, like, because that's, you know, it's overhanging the bed and it's on an angle, and that angle's going to bother me. So, pretty interesting. This one's way stronger than this one, but I'll figure something else out. I'm just testing things out, but I like this. Alright, so I only did 2, but it works. So if you couldn't picture what I was trying to explain to you before, this is it. So these just lay down in the channel there, and it ain't perfect, that one especially, but this one slides pretty good. So I'll just have to be careful when making the other ones. Alright, so at first I was putting the screws in on this side, and that proved to be difficult to get them like nice and flush, because the idea is for this part to slide in here. So, but it made it look nice on this side. I didn't have to see the screws, but it's easier to do it this way, or better, because there's nothing protruding from that end, so it wants to slide a whole lot better, like way better. So yeah, I just have the little length of dowel rod that I went over, and I made sure it fit and it slid, and I just held this part, I held it with my hand like the clamp is doing, and then I just had the part that's already screwed to it, and I lined that up real nice, and then I just held that in, and then I picked this up, and then I put the clamp on it, holding it in position, and then I brought the whole thing over here and I clamped this to the remaining piece of the panel. You know, I could have just used the desk, but I got all this other crap on it, and this is working just fine. So anyway, that big dent I made using this spike and hitting it with this hammer, I can just jam the screw in there, and then I just use the screwdriver. Hard to do when you're not holding it, but that's all you need to do. Okay, so like I had this lined up nice, you know, it's pretty good. And then I came over here and I made my little holes, my pilot holes, and then I just jammed a screw in and I just drove it with my screwdriver until I went through. And like this one, I did it from the other side, it moves okay. But this one, it's easier if you do it with 2 hands. But this one, it wants to slide a whole lot better. Look at how clean and shiny Penny is. Finally cleaned her up. And I finished the sliding slats. I mean, some of them don't slide so good, but I don't really care. I mean, it's not like I'm going to be trying to get down under there all the time anyway. But they're pretty solid. I mean, I put my entire weight on all of them and they're fine. And this was pretty easy to do. So I'm going to throw the mattress on there. Oh, and this is key because now I'll be able to see what I'm working with down here, and I'll be able to build an enclosure for the battery, solar charge controller, fuse box, and wires and stuff. Okay, check it out. So there it is in there, and it's like, looks like I measured right, because it's pretty much perfect like that. And I want to keep these about 2 of those holes apart. And so yeah, that's what it looks like in there. There's a blanket, but see, it just hangs off, and that's how I wanted it. So let's see how it is. I can get up here. Oh yeah, it's like a dream sitting right here. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, and then I'll have a shelf here, and then, you know, a shelf here, I have them. Yeah, so I basically want to do this. You know, I just make some legs or something out of that square dowel. Okay, so here's some more ideas. Like, imagine having a shelf right there. You know, that's just the MDF that I cut this off of. Um, yeah, like, I mean, it wouldn't be there while you were driving, or I guess it could be. And you could even build like a cabinet underneath there if you wanted. But anyway, like, just imagine when you got to camp, you just pop that thing, it would live up there in your sunroof, and then you pull it out, set it there, and then now you've got this shelf, and imagine the other shelf for the front seat too there, and then even this one, and then look at all this down here. Look at how far down that goes, and all this space. It's pretty amazing. And then same on this side. Look at all this room. Like, I could probably fit the Gazelle tent right here, and that was one of my thought processes and why I haven't just gone ahead and built a cabinet here. Then it's like I just don't know what to do yet, because look at this cavernous space. I mean, I could do so many different things, so that's why I'm just doing for sure things that I want, like making these shelves. I'll show you the new stereo, because I got a new stereo. It kept going out. I couldn't find the short, but it's an Alpine. Do I have my keys? Here, I'll show you what it looks like. Yeah, pretty cool. So it's not a CD player. I almost got a CD player, but then I asked myself, when was the last time I played a CD in Penny? And I think the answer is never. So I just got this receiver. It's FM, AM, Bluetooth. You can plug a USB stick in there. It's got the aux input. Pretty sweet. Oh, and it's got a little microphone thing, so I can take Bluetooth calls. So that, yeah. Apparently my head unit, the stock one, just died. Because I checked all the wiring. I ripped this whole car apart. I looked at every speaker. I checked every ground, everything, everywhere, and could not figure it out for the life of me. So I took a chance and I bought this new unit, and super easy to install. I wish this thing went back a little bit further. I don't know why they made it so short, but I didn't have anything there before, so that's cool. That, I don't know what I'm gonna put there yet, but you know, that's one of the things I hated about this car, was that there's nowhere to like really put stuff. I mean, I got this thing down here. I really want to rip out the whole center console and make a new one. But that's besides the point of this video.